Today on the channel, a light in the black. AEW Unmatched Series 6, Malakai Black.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Unmatched Series 6 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, from the House of Black, we've got Malakai Black. But for all your wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Malakai Black, an interesting one here. One of my favorite current modern day wrestlers. Oh, me and Alistair, we hit it off talking about legend Boss Rutan, as we've talked about here on the channel before. But I did meet him one time at a little meet and greet type thing, and he was quite the guy. So we hit it off. So I've been a big fan ever since. Heck, I was a bigger fan even before. So great to have him returning to the AEW line. Now, before we had him in the Supreme line, and I do have that figure right here. I guess I could grab that and stick it over to the side. Talk about an Ultimate, well, talk about a Supreme, I should say. Ultimate, I should probably use that for the other brand, but talk about a Supreme figure, extra articulation, pinless joints, all the different looks, a figure you could get by with buying 3 of them to make all the different variants on. Just a very, very cool idea. Absolutely love this one. I don't think this one is going to hold a candle to this one. However, we got to take that business step back. This is going to be a cheaper price point, and we have to think this will be a little bit easier to find in the grand scheme of things. For the majority of people, this will probably be their representative of Alistair Black or Malakai Black. Maybe walk that back. Malakai Black in this attire. So I think both figures are going to be good. Definitely the key is to make them as different as possible in your display. That's what I'm going to do here. So let's take a look at old Malakai Black, the leader of the House of Black, the Trios champions right now, as of filming this video, I should say. But looking good, looking scary, looking like something out of a sacrifice, a human sacrifice, or a satanic sacrifice. Who knows? We just know a sacrifice is going to be involved here. But it does look very, very cool. Looking very evil is what it looks like to me. At first, I thought there was a skull and crossbones inside there, but I guess it was a little glare. I don't know. But got extra hands, got the extra heads, got a lot of stuff going on. Can't wait to bust into this guy. On the side, what do we got? H down at the bottom. We do know it spells Owen Hart across, if you're keeping track at home. He is number 45 in Series 6. So number 45 in the line. Part of Series 6 is how that plays out. On the back, got a glamour shot, got the cross sell. Let's see what's going on the back of the package here. For old Malakai Black, this is from Dynamite 9/8/2021, Cincinnati, Ohio. Cincinnati, Ohio. How do I put this? No, Cincinnati, Ohio, I'm sure it's beautiful this time of year. I remember as a little kid going to the starting lineup conventions with my dad. We would go, we'd make the trek to Cincinnati. That was the first time I ever had Chick-fil-A as a little kid. We just couldn't believe what our taste buds were experiencing at the time in Cincinnati. And one of these days, my dad, we're going to start a video series, podcast series, just going to be random topics. And maybe we'll have the first time we tried Chick-fil-A in Cincinnati, Ohio. Maybe not. But I'll never forget Cincinnati. My one lingering memory of Cincinnati, Ohio, outside of the home of Kroger, of course, your fine grocers out there. Cincinnati, Ohio, I remember the Skywalk system. I think they have a Skywalk system, I do remember. And I remember homeless people at every single turn trying to get money from me. And I was like an 8-year-old boy at the time. I was like, hey, I don't have any money. I'm 8 years old. But they were all over us. They were playing guitar. And I remember the overwhelming smell of urine in the Skywalk system. Hopefully that's all cleaned up now. I don't know. But somebody can verify that about Cincinnati. But had a lot of good times at Cincinnati at the old starting lineup conventions, of course, back in the day. Cross-sell Series 6. And it's crazy. 5 months ago is when we did Series 5. So it's been some time between 5 and 6. So it's an interesting time for Jazzwares for sure. Series 6 is Malakai Black right here, Santana Ortiz, Ruby Soho, Owen Hart, and Mr. Brody Lee is your set, is your wave. There it is. Let's see what the fuss is about with Malakai Black, and let me tell you guys, there's been fuss. I've heard it all over my neighborhood. I went and got the mail today, and actually my mailman was fussing about this. He says, that new Malakai Black in there? I said, well, it's funny you say that. He is in there. See you later. A little piece there. See you later. So there's a lot of fuss about this Malakai Black. If the mailman's talking, you know there's fussing going on. But there he is, the plastic prison, extra hands, all kinds of soft goods here. Hopefully those soft goods aren't staining, or hopefully they never stain. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's pull him out here. Come on, Malakai. Let's get out of there. Let's Get out of there. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. Off the Detolf. Always dangerous. Always dangerous. Man, oh man, looking good though. Looking good here. So let's look at these hands first. We got 2 gripping hands. He's got 2 fists of fury on him. He's ready to throw down. Always love to see that. Man, this is just a sculptor's nightmare. I should say painter's nightmare. Because having to put all these tattoos on him is just absolutely crazy. But he's got the palm tattoos. Anti-hero on his knuckles there. He's not messing around in the tattoo department. That is for sure. He should open up his own tattoo shop so he can get his tattoos for free. But it's probably too late at this point. But man, definitely looks good. And there's no confusing. If you throw this in a bin of hands, if you have a hand bin for AEW, you know exactly whose hands these are. There's no question in that one for sure. But let's look at the old I keep wanting to say Aleister Black, but it's Malakai, so Almaster. Yeah, okay, Malakai Black. I'm going to mess it up. Don't hold it against me. Don't hold it against me, people. But boy, oh boy, is this a scary, scary looking dude. I love it, though. I love the skin tone coloring on this, too. It's like a little bit of tan color to it. And I think when he did appear, and what this does, I think he had a nice tan going on. A nice sun-kissed tan, like he'd been outside for a while or something. But definitely looks good against all these tattoos. And man, you could spend a whole video, an hour, dissecting all these tattoos, going all over all these ones. Just absolutely insanity here in the tattoo department. But let's look at the heads here first. Okay, this mask is not removable, so this is just a straight-up plain head. No, it's far from plain, as you can see, but it's got the antlers going on, the beads on the antlers. You got the crazy eye appearance behind it, but you cannot take that off as far as the mask. It's sculpted in there, which I do like. If they're going to give us extra heads, let's have a sculpted head in there just like they're doing right here. I think that works really, really well here. I like what I'm seeing. Of course, he's got his COVID mask on, of course, when this was filmed. Height of COVID. Got to watch out for it. It'll get you. Hasn't got me yet. COVID, I outran you. Just watch me die tomorrow. Who knows? But so far, so good. But you do get this mask here, and it is COVID. The COVID mask does lock into the sides of the hood, so you can kind of pull it out like that. I like that option there. That does look really, really good. And then you can pull off this whole vest piece. I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go for it. I'm pulling the whole thing off. Pulling the whole kit and caboodle off. So he does have this going on, and very cool. Very much like, reminds me a lot of his NXT figure back in the day from the Mattel Elite line. You got the spine there like a Stegosaurus or something. It's got the bones looking in there, all black. Looking just really, really nice. Looking dark. Looking evil. Definitely right there. So I like that. It's not soft goods, but it's a soft plastic that is easily movable and moving around for you. So I do like that for sure. Looking at the head here, though, like you got the antlers, you got all that stuff going on. Just absolutely cool. Very menacing, very evil, very dangerous. Is it the same one as we have over here? Probably is. Yeah, very, very much the same head. You got a little bit of paint differences, but of course you're going to have that going on. Interesting to note, the Supreme has the head tattoos on the side, does not have that on these, so we're actually missing some tattoos here, so that's interesting to note. Usually we don't see that, but I guess that is the Supreme, higher price point. That's the way it's going to go with that one, apparently. But I really do like this crazy antler head going there. It does look really, really cool. Going to pop that head off, put on his regular head. Of course, we're getting reused here from the Supreme line. Oh my gosh, very tight, but it does go on. Very cool, though. And part of me says I'll probably display it in this, but part of me says go with the crazy look. Have double crazy looks. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. This could be a figure where you wait, get a deal, you get 2 of them and display both looks. That might be the way to go here. Definitely looking good. You know I'm a sucker for face paint. I think I told him as a time of Aleister Black. I said, you know, Aleister, you know what would really set you apart? Put a little dab of face paint on you. That'll set you apart. You got all the tattoos. You're missing something. You're missing that it factor. It worked for the Ultimate Warrior. It worked for the Road Warriors. Demolition. It worked. It worked. You ought to try it. And I think that's how that happened. Somebody can fact check that. I wouldn't, though, if I was you. But looking really good. Got the beard going on. Got the face paint. Got the crazy eyes. Got the slick back long hair. You do get the tattoos on the side of the head like I was talking about over here on this one. You get the tattoo up onto his neck. I do got a little bit of issue with some paint. Missing paint on my beard on the side. At least it's up by the ear, so kind of out of the way. But it is there. A lot of tattoos on this guy, like I said. We could make a whole video dissecting these tattoos. You got that huge back tattoo, very noticeable, of course. All the way down to the legs, tattoos everywhere. Beautiful shin guards, boots, knee pads that all match. They got that kind of ribbed feel. Absolutely do love that. I love that feeling on my action figures for whatever reason. I just think it feels really cool. He's dressed in black because he's in mourning, constant mourning, of course. And then he's got the black forearms there with the wrist tape, forearm tape, I guess we'll say. We got that going there. Hands going to be removable. 2 fists of fury, like I did say. Arms go all the way around. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows, unfortunately not pinless elbows, so we're not playing all the hits here quite yet. Hands back and forth, side to side, removable. Hula hoop at the top, a little bit of movement back and forth. Little waist articulate, listen to that. A little ratchety in the waist there. You can do those big old Aleister Black splits if he needs to. Thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot cut, ankles back and forth. Some good posability out of this Aleister Black. I tell you, this is a winner. I love a hairy bipedal creature, but you guys also know I love face paint and I love tattoos that are really colorful, and we're getting that in spades here with this Aleister Black. Malakai Black, it's a constant curse for me. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But looking good. I love the plastic goods there on the coat, the cape, robe, whatever we're going to call it. Just all around a really good figure. Going to be high on the list at the end of the week when we rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. Have to think this is going to be near the top, if not at the top here. Just a very, very cool looking figure. A great compliment to the Supreme. And like I said, Supreme's going to be a little bit harder to find than this one, I think, in the grand scheme of things. So I think a lot of people will get this figure at the end of the day. I know if I was a little kid in that toy aisle, I'd be all over something like this when I was a kid, that's for sure. But will you be all over something like this? What are your thoughts on this one? Picking it up? Playing the long game? Total pass? You're good with the Supreme version? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear you guys sound off on that one. Of course, you made it this far, you might as well give the old Hacksaw Jim Duggan thumbs up. Liking the video always helps the channel's growth, as you guys know. And don't forget to subscribe to this very YouTube channel and hit the old notification bell. And if you're looking for early access to these videos, all the videos here on the channel, make sure you're headed over to the Patreon where you get the early access, you get bonus videos, Q&As, you name it. A lot going on the Patreon channel every single month, so definitely appreciate the support. And it truly is the best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel over there at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and then don't forget to hit me up and follow along on social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Aleister Black, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.